Dementor's Christmas, and today we're looking at Dark Murmurs. Now, I'm having to behave myself quite a bit, but if you want my full review, it is on my WordPress website. However, I'm going to warn you, you're in for a treat. Think Tales from the Crypt combined with the Twilight Zone. There is so many good freaking stories in this, so well set up, so amazingly done. Great character development, incredibly insane atmosphere in some of them. So the forward gives you an idea that this is, it's just an insane collection. You're in for a treat. Farewell to the Flesh is an amazing start. Honestly, that story gave me goosebumps. You meet a woman who is called Robin, and she's a trans black woman. And she's struggling with her self-image and her self-esteem, gets manipulated by her asshat Cole, boyfriend I say lightly, and ends up taking part in experimental treatment. Obviously it doesn't go well, but going on this journey with her, you start to feel so, I can't even, it's heartbreaking. Although so Stargazer, I love Stargazer. Stargazer for me was perfect. As far as a vampire tale is concerned, it's got everything that you want, but it's something different and more emotionally tapping than what I've had in the past. Then you got Letters by Miss Prime, which is grisly, dark, messed up, intensely extreme. And then the ending, oh my god, the ending had me. I was like, oh, did not see that coming. Same with Last Words. Last Words had a twist at the end that was fantastic. You've got amazing authors in this collection, who I shall portray here, but one of which we all know and love, Mr. Josh Darling. He created It Takes a Village, which is one, historically amazingly detailed, and two, emotional to the max. And the ending, why Josh, why did you break my heart? Jill's in there as well with one of her fabulous, one of those year kind of stories where you come across a character called Debbie who's putting up with asshat uncle, and poor asshat uncle's missus, Auntie Rowe, is also dealing with her own shit from this guy. But I'll tell you something, it's well worth the read. The detail and the story, and I love how she takes one direction and then switches it up and shoots you in another so you don't expect the ending. Loved it. Webbed by Ellie, another one, fantastic, funny as hell. Never looking at spiders the same way again. As you can tell, I'm having to rush through this because, oh my god, it's insanely good. As you all know, most of my forte is indie, published books, indie authors, that kind of thing. So I made an exception. Blame my friend for this. Here she is. I'm going to tag her because she's bloody well the reason I read it. Sara Tantlinger. I'm probably saying that wrong. To Be Devoured. Now I've seen it all over TikTok. I've seen it all over my friend's TikTok. She's the bloody reason. She knows she did wrong. And everybody was telling me how amazing this book was, and it's like mainstream, everybody loves it. Fuck! It is a good fucking book. Like, I'm in awe of the writing style, I'm in awe of the descriptions alone. Honestly, some of the quotes in it, it's so thought-provoking, and of course, the different levels of emotion that Andy goes through, and how things have progressed. Like, you fall in love with the characters, especially Luna, who's her girlfriend of like 3 years, and she's got like this darkness Andy has almost that she just can't seem to push out of. And this obsession with death and the vultures and the description of how she fit. Oh my god, there's just so many levels to this book. It's not just a horror. It's so intense, and the writing is beautiful. Bloody stunning. Absolutely 10 out of 10. Best writing I've ever read. And how she sets the scene, how she puts the pace, and how she makes you cry your guts out. When it's just like To Be Devoured. You know what? You read the title, you should get an idea of what the fuck's going on by that point. You know, Luna and Andy, they're in this relationship. Andy's coming out, she's opening up, she's going to a therapist, she's trying to deal with her emotions, trying to deal with grief and abandonment and bloody abuse of various levels. I'm just, oh my God. 132 pages. I cried like a baby. If you could see me without this, there would be mascara all over my cheeks. And honestly, this book, I don't do mainstream. I told you all this. The only person I will ever read is Murmurs, because he is amazing. But this has definitely made me consider looking at these recommendations that TikTok for Horror Talk that are actually recommending, because, oh, mama, this book put me through the ringer, and honestly, I don't think I'll ever get over it. I mean, seriously, Sara, what a beautiful piece of work. What a horrifying, nerve-wracking, gut-wrenching book that you have created. You made a Dementor cry today. You should be proud.
Bye, bitches. Oh, for fuck's sake, we're still doing this fucking Dementor Christmas bullshit.
Yes, we are. Deal with it.
Fucking deal with this shit all the time. I mean, look at you. You're like a wish version of Dementor. You're the shit.
Sod off. Right, okay. Can we get back to the review, please? Lindsay Crook, of course.
Oh God, you're knocking me over, bitch.
Right, okay, stay.
No.
Fuck's sake. Right, stay there then.
No, fuck. No mouth for you fucking flimsy bitch.
Right, okay, stay. Lindsay Crook and the reunion. So we follow Leonard, who is, by all means necessary, the definition of a loser.
No, loser, look at you.
Fuck off.
Dressed as a fucking ghost.
It's a Dementor.
I don't give a shit.
Anyway, so Lindsay does an amazing setup with, you know me, I love my revenge stories. No exception with this one. It's fucking brilliant. And I love the whole idea that even after high school, these people are still dicks. And she's keeping the hatred alive for me. And you just hate these people and you want the worst possible fate to become of them. What happens? Shut up, you're spoiling it. Well, there's animal masks. I know there's animal masks. So stop. Shush. Quiet. Shut up. Right, okay. So Lindsay does an amazing job at setting the pace. This is just such a good book. Honestly, she outdid herself with this one. It was a brilliant, well-paced atmosphere setup. And I love the build-up to the revenge as well, because it makes you want it more. Made me bloodthirsty. Oh, bloodthirsty. Shut up. It is a brilliant book. It is stupidly cheap on Godless again for Christmas. If you want to go anti-Christmas, this is the one you need to buy. You need to buy this book. Buy the book. Okay. I think that's enough from me.
Press off. I want to do more.
No. As you can see, Creepy Bunny has been reprimanded to the cupboard, because let's face it, the little shit nearly ruined Lindsay's fucking review. Oh, okay, god damn it. Can't seem to get a break with this little shit. Anyway, you knew it was coming, because I love the bitch. She's like my pigeon soulmate. Dani Brown, the dog dies in the end. She gives you pre-warning. In all fairness, very hard to get attached to the dog in the first one. Because you're sitting there going, what the hell just happened? Dani is a master of creating weird, fucked up stories. No exception with this one. You think, oh, it's a lovely setting, it's a Christmas, and everybody's having a lovely time. It's very Christmassy, which, you know, you're not expecting. And then everything falls apart. Literally legs of arms of dad falling apart, and bloody sister's got maggots in her fucking face, and you're just sitting there like, what the? What is going on? And then it's like the dimensional break of everything, and it's just like, oh god, what did I read? I'm still trying to figure it out. I've read it twice, just to try and get my head around it, and it is psychologically fucking with me, because that's what Dani does. She's a master at this shit. She'll be like, whoa, okay, how am I going to screw with someone today? I know, I'll create this masterpiece of fuckery. And then, of course, you go on to Glass, which, for me, personal favourite. I love the idea that, you know, Sam comes home. Also, points for picking Sam as a name. Loving it. She comes home and, you know, she's been in the big city and she's been pestered by a boss, and she's like, oh, I can't wait to get home. And there's this creepy freaking nativity play shit on everybody's mantle made of blown glass. And, yeah, it gets insane. Like, I am never going to look at Christmas ornaments the same way again. Now, obviously I celebrate Yule, which, don't get me started. Anyway, so I've got a Christmas tree up and I'm terrified of putting anything with faces on the freaking thing now. So cheers, Dani. Needed those nightmares. Thanks for that. So 10 out of 10 would freaking recommend. If you're not used to the idea of like bizarro, messed up, head screwy stuff, it's a great starting point for Dani's work. And then if you really freaking love it, the Stephen Tucker series will blow your mind. I remember reading Flowering Penises and being like, I was just like warped into another dimension, which is what she is perfect at. She makes you crave your sanity. You kind of question reality with Dani. And that is why I'm stuck. She is the master of filth. And she is the queen. All hail the queen.